Hello everyone, Sunday mobility. We're going to work on hips and spine today to get rid of the pinchy, stiffness, crunchies, and yuckies in your hips. So let's get started with a little bit of a warm up. So just sink down into a squat. Come on, back up. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold that last one down. We come up an inch, down, up an inch, and down, up, and down. Once more, up, and down. Come all the way up. Step a little bit wider, and then squeeze with your glute to rotate your hip to the side. So squeeze and reach. Other side, squeeze and reach. Little rotational action. Initiating from your glutes. Reach. Reach. One more set. Reach. And reach. Now come back to the middle. Side stretch over. Return to a T. Other side, side stretch over. Return to a T. As you side bend, lengthen through the side of your body without pinching the other side. So both sides are long. And then use your obliques to pull yourself back up. Side bend over, both sides long. Crunch those obliques, pull yourself back up. One more each way. Side bend, and return. Once more, side bend. Find those abs, pull yourself back up. All right, soft knees, just hinge forward, reach down to your shins, come back up. Hinge forward, come back up. Once more. Step your feet hip width apart, so under the hip bones. Find your core, so cinch your ribs to your pelvis. You get the top of a deadlift type feeling. Then arms up. Sit your hips back into a chair. Drive your legs into the floor, stand up tall. And again, sink down. Drive into the floor, squeeze your glutes. 3 more, sink down. Tall. Sink down. And tall. 1 more time, sink down. And tall. Hands lower. Sit down again, but have your hands at the top of your hips so that the heels of your hands are really up at your hip crease. And then use the heel of your hand to push down through your thighs, like you're trying to push your legs off of your pelvis. Maintaining that bit of distraction, go ahead and like do a little bit of a lower back cat-cow. Just tuck and arch. Hopefully this feels like a nice, easy, gentle stretch. Nothing intense. 3 more. 2 and 1. Push one more time, grow long through your spine. Ease off, stand tall. Hands on your hips. Keeping your legs straight, lean back, lift your chest towards the ceiling. How does this feel? Does your spine bend this way? If not, hopefully we'll work on that today. All right, now shift your weight to one leg with the other knee to your chest. Grab your leg, pull up as high as you can. Now as you pull your knee up, the standing knee most likely wants to bend. Go ahead and allow that to happen. Let it bend. And as you do that, you might be able to tuck your top knee to your chest a little bit more. Then squeeze the glute of your standing leg, straighten your knee, stand crazy tall. Taller than the Statue of Liberty. Grow, grow, grow. All right, repeat that. Soften your knee, the standing leg. Keep tucking your knee to your chest. Then drive through that leg. Squeeze your glutes, stand up tall. 1 more time. Bend the knee. Drive through your legs, stand up tall. If you can, push your hips more forward. You're really trying to get hip extension with your glute. Squeeze your butt forward. Shake it out. Side two. All right, pull your knee up to your chest. Maybe I'll stay this way you can see what my hip is doing. All right, pull your knee to your chest. Allow your standing knee to soften. Keep hugging your knee closer if at all possible. Then drive to the floor, squeeze your glutes, straighten your knee. Grow tall. And repeat, soften. And then drive into the ground, squeeze your glutes, squeeze the quad, stand up tall. One more time, soft knee. Drive into the floor, squeeze your glute. When you squeeze your glute, this time thinking of pushing forward, almost into a bit of hip extension. And relax, shake it out. Whew, all right, just give me 5 more air squats. Hopefully you already feel a little bit warmer and open in your hips and lower back. Last one. Okay, come on down to the floor. Start in a child's pose. So sit your hips back to your heels. Reach your arms overhead. And in this position, your lower back is elongated, a little bit stretched out. Try to send your breath there. It's really hard to breathe into that stretch. Just imagine that you could. Puff up your lower back with your inhales. And as you do that, keep pushing through your hands to feel like your pelvis is really heavy towards your heels. As you exhale, think of lifting your belly button off your thighs, sucking your abs into yourself. On your next exhale, lift your abs, come up to a rounded cat position. Rock forward until your shoulders are over your wrist. And then keep that rounded back, sit back to your heels by pushing with your hands. Then exhale, tuck your tailbone, lift back up to cat. Inhale, round back. Exhale, lift the abs, tuck the hips, come forward to cat. Inhale, hollow back. Exhale, forward. 3 more, rock back. Rock forward. 2 more, rock back. And forward. 1 more time. And forward. Pause there. So we've been working in spine flexion. Now let's do the opposite. Extension. So lift your tailbone, lift your head. In this position, roll your shoulder blades back and down. And think of having a nice wide collarbone. So wide, not narrow. Super wide. And then start to find your back muscles. Press your chest to the floor. Think of all of those muscles that travel along each side of your spine and your back. Can you feel those engage a little bit? Can you use those to create more back arch? Think of even the muscles between the shoulder blades and the spine, rhomboids, lower middle traps. Can you get those to work a little bit? Now keep your tailbone up if you have a happy kitty tail, and rock back towards your heels, but only as far as you can go without dumping your pelvis. So think of this more like an air squat, but on all fours. We don't want your tailbone to drop. And for these purposes, we focus on actually keeping your spine very extended. Keep that curve in your lower back. Keep your tailbone lifted. So what you might feel here is just the work of your back muscles. You might feel a little gentle, I guess I'll call it a stretch in your hips. It's not a traditional muscle stretch most likely. It might just be a little bit of getting the hips to warm up, getting the lubrication in your joints to get all the way around all the nooks and crannies of the capsule and the hips. 3 more. 2. one. All right, walk your hands out a little bit farther now. We're going to make a wave through your spine and end up on your tummy. So from here, tuck your tailbone, round up into cat, and shift your weight forward into your hands again. So you're now sort of in this knee plank with a really hollow spine. From here, push your pelvis towards the ground. Once your hips get as low as your body will allow, roll your shoulder blades back, arch your back into spine extension, and widen your collarbone. Open your chest like you're at the front of the Titanic. Ooh, that was a lot. We're going to do it a few times. Lower your body down to the ground. One bone at a time. Take a breath. Whew. Okay. On the ground, keep your lower back long. Still think of the hollow body. Pull your core in. Those lower abs are almost always working to keep your lower back long. Do this exercise. Okay, here we go. Roll your shoulder blades back. Lift your chest up. Look at the front of the Titanic. Open up your collarbone. Now, check where your hands are. If your back a little bit stiffer, your hands may need to be farther away. So wherever you feel comfortable that your pelvis can roughly be on the floor, and your arms can be straight. All right, wherever that is, stay there. Tuck your chin and look down towards your belly button and hollow your core. Round up into a hollow spine position. And then press your hips to the ground, shoulder blades back, open your chest. Let's go back and forth with this movement. Push the ground away, hollow body. And then lower your hips, arch through your back like Superman. Now in this end point, I can place my hands on the floor and almost pull myself forward, which is going to help find the muscles between the shoulder blades. That's a really like slippy floor, like pull myself along the ground. All right, repeat. Push the floor away, tuck your chin, hollow body. Reverse, hips to the floor, arch your back, Superman. All right, now feel your back muscles here, holding you up. Can you use them to hold your body up off the floor? If possible, lift your hands. Now you may need to lower your chest closer to the floor to lift those hands. Wherever you are, totally fine. Reach your arms out to a T. Roll your shoulder blades back, palms to the ceiling, float upwards, and then sink down. Roll yourself up off the floor, and sink back down. You keep your neck relaxed and long so that your upper traps aren't doing the work for you. 2 more. Roll up and down. 1 more time. Roll up. Hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up to a big back arch. Whew. Now, from the top of your spine, we go to a cat. So tuck your chin in, round up to a big rounded spine flexed cat, and then finish back into your child's pose. Oh, that's a lot of back bending. Awesome job. Let's stay here and breathe. Take both hands over to one side to stretch your lats. So plant your hands on the floor, pull your hips back to your heels. Just take a nice deep breath into that long side of your body. And then walk over to the other side. Plant the hands, pull your hips back. Take a deep breath in. All right, come on to your side. Okay, so your arm can be under your head, could be like this, could be here, doesn't matter to me. But what I do care about is that your core is still somewhat engaged, and I want you to lengthen through your top hip. So you can relax and the weights will be on the floor, or lengthen. You might have a little space, like a little maybe ant parade. maybe even a mouse parade under your waist. All right, top leg, reach long and away. And I like to have my foot flex. I can really feel that energy through my whole leg. And from your hip joint, rotate your thigh upwards. And I'm going to rotate it downwards. Rotate up, rotate down. 2 more up, and down, up, and down. Keep it down. If down feels uncomfortable, just come to neutral so that the heel pinky is level. And if you can get maybe a couple degrees into hip internal rotation, stay there. With your pelvis, walk it a little bit forward so that your hip is pointing towards the floor. Use your hand for balance. Next, bring your awareness to your lower abs. You just slightly tuck those lower abs in a little bit more so that your lower back is long. It's going to challenge your hip mobility. Then, with your straight leg, take it as far back as your flexibility allows. As you do this, check in that your back, the core, did not change. Your lower back should be nice and long and flat. Definitely more on the hollow body side. Less minimal to no Superman. Okay, with your knee, bend, not letting anything else in your body shift, and straighten. Long leg, long core. Reaching your leg farther, longer. And then bend again. And straighten, reach the leg longer. I'm imagining someone's grabbing my leg and pulling me so that I have even more space under my waist on the floor. One more time, bend. I'm going to hold that there. Can you rotate your foot upwards using your glutes here? And then let it come back down. Rotate upwards, back down, rotate up, hold there. Use your glute now. Push your leg behind you. You may be going at millimeters here. Push back, rebound forward. Core never changed. Push back, my spine never arched. Knees forward. One more time, push back, and forward. Whew. All right, so that one was all about controlling your core. Just do a big movement to get things moving in a more fun way. Fun, hopefully. All right, so just kick your leg forward, make a big circle up and around the big clock. Reach forward, up and around. So as you're making this big circle, are there any parts of the circle that feel yucky, pinchy? And if so, think of engaging your core more, lengthening longer. And you may need to just cut that range a little bit smaller so you don't apply this high. Reverse the direction, back, up and around. Happy hips start with a strong, dynamic core. 3 more circles. 2 more. One more time. Now this leg that's in the air, we're going to stretch the glute. Roll onto your back. Cross your ankle over your knee. Grab your thigh. Pull your leg towards your chest. Ooh. Now, as you're continuing to pull, anchor, ground your tailbone towards the floor. So press your tailbone down. You may feel like your lower back lengthens or you can lift off the floor a smidge as you do that. But hopefully that gives you more of a glute stretch on the top leg side. Then take your legs across your body. So your top knee is closer to your sternum, to your midline. And see if that gives you a nice stretch. Again, we continue stretching the same side. Instead of doing this figure 4 leg position, cross the top knee over the other knee. Go with more of a sit pretty type position. And use your arms to counterbalance. Have them in a T now. Rotate your legs over so that the foot of the top leg touches the ground first. You can cross your legs here if that's possible for you. And continue twisting through your torso. This is the twisted root stretch, so if you feel twisted up like roots, you are doing it correctly. Breathe into the side that's twisting, the side that you feel the stretch. All right, unwind yourself. Ooh, side two. So roll on to your side. Make sure you're doing side two. All right, so I'm going to lengthen your core. So find that little space under here. Reach that top leg. Make it nice and long. Rotate your thigh upwards. Rotate it downwards. Rotate up. And rotate down. Rotate up. Rotate down. Rotate up. Rotate down. Once more up and down. Stay down if it feels okay. If that feels pinchy, just go back to neutral wherever it does feel doable. Now rock your top hip a little bit forward to help you counterbalance. And that top hand bounces on the floor. Your core stays strong, slightly hollow, but your lower back is elongated. Against this hollow, strong core, keep that leg and sweep it back. I'm going to rebound forward. Sweep it back. I'm using my glute to move the leg. The core is staying strong. Rebound forward. Glute moves the leg back. And bring it forward. Two more. Reach back. And forward. Back. Hold there. Keep everything in your body still except your knee. Let it bend. And then straighten. As it straightens, lengthen every time. Bend. Straighten. Once more, bend. And straighten. Keep it bent this time. And then rotate your foot up. Return. This is a hip internal rotation movement. 3 more, up, and return. 2 more, up, return. You feel your glutes working, up, and return. Big circles. Reach forward, up, and around. Make these as big as you can, but avoid the ranges that are pinchy or yucky. If you can just engage your core more and lengthen the leg more, you might be able to get rid of some of those, but avoid the ones that seem to be persistent. One more big circle. Reverse. Back and around. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross the top knee over the bottom leg into your figure 4 stretch. Grab your thigh, hug your knees into your chest. Lower your tailbone to the floor. As you do that, your lower back will lengthen a bit. Hold that stretch. You feel it in the glutes of the top leg. Then pull your legs across your body so that your top knee is closer to your sternum, closer to your midline. And hopefully it gives you a different angle of glute stretch. Same general area, just slightly different. All right, come on back. Cross your top knee over the bottom knee. And rotate your top knee so that your foot touches first. You cross those legs if you can. And just focus on finding a nice twist through your hips, through your spine. Hold and breathe. All right, come on out of there. Step your feet nice and wide if you're doing a wide squat. And then just drop your knees over to one side and drop your knees over to the other side. Like this, like one swept look. If you fell off the boat, you went flat. It's nice and easy. Rock back and forth. Stretch your legs out super straight. And rotate both legs in fully. And rotate out. Rotate in. And rotate out. One more time, rotate in. And out. Bend your knees to a bridge. Lift your hips up as high as you can. At the top of your bridge, tuck your pelvis. Find as much of a hollow body position as you can in a bridge. And then relax that hollow body. And repeat. Tuck and lift. And ease off. Tuck and lift. Hold there. Can you tuck any more? Lengthen your lower back. Pull your abs towards you. Lift your heels up. With your heels elevated, can you press your pelvis? Think of like from where your thighs meet your hips. Can you push up any more? Imagine there's a TheraBand, a TheraLoop around your knees. Push against an imaginary TheraLoop and press your hips higher. Keep your hips up. Lower your heels. Mash your heels into the floor. And roll down one bone at a time. All right, just those legs out, arms overhead. Now anchor your heels into the floor. And then we're going to roll up one bone at a time. So tuck your chin, look forward, roll up towards your toes. Oh, all right. Hollow forward. Out, so pull in. You roll back down. One bone at a time. Repeat. Roll up. And roll down. Last one. Roll up. And roll down. All right, come up to all fours. We're almost done. Okay, and all fours can go to a sort of pigeon pose. So, I'm going to turn my leg in around 45 degrees, maybe 60 or more. Your hip flexibility. And then take the top leg back towards a plank. Then rock back a little bit until you start to feel a bit of a glute stretch here. You don't be too intense, that's fine. Rock back till it feels pretty light, but you feel this first sense of stretch. Lower that knee. Then, can you walk yourself up, press your pigeon leg into the floor, and find your balance. Lower your hands, lengthen your spine, rock forward, tuck your toes, and push your heel back into a plank type shape. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper into this pigeon. Lower the back knee, cover your chest, no hands. Hopefully start to get a little more intense. Come back down, lower your chest, straighten the back leg. One more time, tap your knee. I like to relax my toes. Then keep your core tight, hover. You use your hands if you need to, or no hands. Lift, use your back muscles, come back down. Lift, and lower. 3 more, lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. One more time, lift, and lower. Hold there. Your back knee, bend. And most likely, your foot is pointed off to the side. Rotate it up to neutral, or maybe even into hip internal rotation. Then ease off, and rotate back into internal rotation. far as possible. If this butts the top of your knee, then don't do it. Maybe find a different angle of your knee, but if it feels good, do it. If it doesn't, don't. 3 more. Rotate out, and return. Rotate, return. One more time, rotate, and return. Just slide into your most comfortable pigeon. If you kind of wiggle out a little bit longer, relax over. Your opposite hand does front leg. Thread it underneath, and use that reach to give you a little bit more of a spine twist. And this other hand can help leverage you into more of a twist. Just push into the floor to create that spine twist. Breathe. All right, guys, we gotta finish split up a side too. Okay, so the leg that you're not currently feeling, rotate that one in, 45, 60 degrees, maybe more. Slide back. So you feel the first sense of stretching your glutes. Relax your knee. Use your core, hover. I'm really pushing down my front leg so I can feel some work in my glutes there. In range, strength, and flexibility go hand in hand. Come on down. Push through the back leg. It's going to help me get a little bit deeper into my pigeon position. Lower the knee, relax the toes. Use your core, use your back muscles, hover. Hopefully you can get a nice active stretch in your glutes now. And then one more time. Relax those toes. Push away. Maybe sink a little bit deeper. Lower the knee, lower the toes, lift your core, hover. All right, can we do the crunches? Lower and lift. Feel free to use your hands as much as you need to. We got 3 more. 2, 1. Come on down, thread the needle into your pigeon. Well, you got one step. You should do that. All right, come on out, thread the needle. My bad. Bend your back knee. Just while you point it off to the side, rotate it out the hard way. And let it come back in. Rotate into internal rotation. Come back in. Rotate. And in. 3 more. Rotate. And doesn't it feel so good in that front hip when you really push that rotation? One more time. All right, it's finished. Give it maybe a little deeper into that pigeon. Take one more breath. Take another moment to relax and enjoy this final position. When you go back to thread the needle, feel free. All right, guys, thanks for coming to my hip and spine mobility class today. If you want to retest some of your spine movements, perhaps that back bend probably feels a little bit freer and easier now. Maybe even side bend. If we did so much in the hips, will be a little bit easier and freer. All right, enjoy your day.